Deathsaurus. Finally, here he is after a year of waiting and a big ol' HasLab campaign. Getting this guy out of the box and set up is a treat. Here he is in his super death chicken kaiju mode. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the way this guy looks. The details on the chicken head, the details on the wings, the shiny chrome, everything about this guy is absolutely amazing. The way you can pose this super kaiju and get it into all these dynamic looks. The details on the feet and the chest are pretty nice and accurately represented here. You can also open up his mouth where he has a blast effect port a la Grimlock, which is pretty amazing. He also comes with Boater and Peepo, and they look pretty good in front of him. Granted, they are just hostages essentially. The back of the figure is still able to utilize the storage feature for the chest masters, and the wings are shown off in full here. It's quite nice. You can still remove the chest masters. Granted, to get the other one out, you have to open up the chest and push it through still. As so. It's quite a nice little mechanic, and it does have that fold out flap. I really like the way Deathsaurus came out in his alternate mode, the death kaiju chicken thing. It's absolutely spectacular, and I really like it. For comparisons, I feel there's only one appropriate thing, and that would be to compare it to Victory Leo and Victory Saber with the V-Star booster. I am really sorry if you can see like some of the skirtage of my recording area. I'm also sorry if I sound a little weird. I'm having trouble with my ear. Before we get into transformation on Deathsaurus, I do want to show off what he comes with. I'll be showing it off throughout the video, but I want to show all of it off here. Obviously, the big one, the surprise he came with, was the two Micromasters, which we will transform during the transformation segments. Boater and Peepo, so those were super cool. He also comes with Tiger chest, obviously, Eagle chest, the living metal destroying cannon, which also transforms. So this is going to be a long transformation segment. Comes with his mace, like this looks like it's like a, oh my gosh, it's just huge. His scimitar, an arrow, which mine's a little curved. That's okay. And then a grip for the shield, which I think you can actually store in the tail. I'm just bad because I don't read instructions. He also comes with purple blast effects. I really like the colors on these. These look amazing on camera. They are the Jetfire blast effects, but he comes with two sets of those. The biggest thing he comes with is his display base, which is his throne and the big display base. Ooh, the Decepticon throne. Comes with that. He also comes with a display arm, which I have conveniently misplaced. So with that said, let's get into Deathsaurus' transformation. All right, we all know why we're here. We're here to see this guy transform. So step one, I've only transformed this guy once, and it was 2 giant chicken mode, but it starts with folding these up and collapsing them, and then grabbing his chest things here, and these are on like, whoa, whoops, yeah, right there. They're on like these clip hinges that swivel outward, and it's because these arms, so you swivel them outwards, and then these arms fold in, and we gotta kind of move his feet out of the way, and they just cover that up right there. So like that. So they go from the center, swivel outwards. Then from here, you want to untab these clips from the sides of what will be the robot mode legs. And I find now, like I said, I've only transformed them to chicken mode before. I find that grabbing right here, that lets you get enough leverage right there. So then just bring these up. We can come over here. So now these are his kneecaps, or what will be his kneecaps, and these lock the tail into place. So you want to lift these down, and then the tail should slide right up and out, or back and out, sorry, because it just has these 2 tabs on the side that slot in right there. For the tail, you just want to open it up, and now it's shield. We'll come back to that. You can also, real quick, I say we'll come back to it, we'll do it right now. Just take the handle, plug that in right there. There you go, shield mode. All right, now for the legs. Just lift up these panels and fold them out. There we go. Keep the knee pads extended and bring the legs down. And once they're straight, collapse the knee pad, and that's going to lock that joint in place because it's not a double jointed knee. It just happens to have that mechanism there. So extend those, fold out his heels, fold out the heels, and then come to the back of the legs. And those panels that were folded up before, you're going to want to fold them halfway, open them like this, straighten them out, and then collapse them totally. And it's gonna kind of collapse over these couple tabs right there. And it's gonna plug. I just busted my thumbnail doing that. It's gonna plug into this ankle right there. So open up, fold out, extend, and like I said, there's a tab right there, and it's gonna plug into the ankle right there. So then plug that in right there, and plug that in. And those are his legs. Then you're gonna rotate him like this. The wings right here are just going to swap places, like so. It's really clever. These are going to spin 180, fold up, and plug in. Oh, you might not have seen that. All right, let's try it again. So wings, sorry, shaky cam. Wings, just trade places, rotate, and then you take these, plug them in right there. And should be, there we go, pretty smooth. Now, the arms are gonna rotate 180. You're going to fold up the chicken feet and spin them, push them up. So close up the chicken toes, spin them, and straighten them out. Lift up this panel on the forearm, and then just bring the chicken leg back, which will flip out the fist, and then you can finish flipping it out and clap that into place. I think you can leave this facing forward if you really want to, but it shows it, like it always has it back in the instructions. So fold that, fold the chicken foot back. Sorry, his joints are really tight, especially over here on the wrists. And then fold that down, flip it into place. Straighten out the arms, straighten out the wings, get him kind of straightened out, and then grab the Deathsaurus chicken head, and you just want to straighten it out and grab it here and just kind of, pop it back onto his back. And last step, click out the ears, adjust the wings, stand him up, and there is our Emperor of Destruction, Deathsaurus. And of course, you can store Eagle Chest in there. It just pops in. And where's Tiger Chest? There's Tiger Chest. And to complete the look, pop Tiger Chest in there. And there we go. Deathsaurus in robot mode.
Deathsaurus in his robot mode is just stunning. He is this huge, hulking, imposing character with lots of details coming through, looking absolutely menacing with that head sculpt. I love the way the kaiju kind of incorporates itself into the head sculpt of Deathsaurus, and he has a little Decepticon crown going on. It's absolutely fantastic. I love his head sculpt. The details on this guy are just as amazing as they were in his alternate mode. He's so articulated, like for such a big dude. Like this guy's bigger than some Combiner Wars combiners. He has loads of articulation, just oozing with the stuff, and he looks pretty amazing doing it, not gonna lie. The colors on this guy, the pale blue and the bright purple with the hits of gold, really make this guy a centerpiece no matter what. Combine that with his obvious height difference from any other Decepticon leader, and you really have someone who stands out on the shelf. It's just a magnificent figure, and I'm so glad that we got this as a HasLab instead of as a retool from Grimlock. The wings here also really shine with those black and red segments there with the bright popping Decepticon symbols. For comparison, here he is with some fellow leaders, Megatron and Overlord. Yeah, you can see he just dwarfs Overlord, as well as Megazarak, and lastly, of course, Machine Wars Hoist, and Combiner Wars Laser Fire. So there he is with a deluxe. He just dwarfs him. And I feel this would be inappropriate if I didn't size comparison him to the other HasLab, that being Star Saber and Victory Leo.
Sorry if I get like weird on this one audio wise. I have to have my camera pretty far back to talk about this dude because he is tall. He is a big transformer. Like in terms of singular transformers, aside from maybe Skylinks, he's the biggest one I got. And articulation on him. We're actually just gonna bring the camera in. We'll move the camera down for this guy. We're also gonna pop out tiger chest for this, so we're just gonna completely remove that so it doesn't get in the way. Granted, these are engineered so that way they don't get in the way, which is pretty nice. Articulation on this guy, obviously he has a wonderfully ball jointed head. It is absolutely fantastic, especially with that little Decepticon crown crest on there. It is wonderful. It can look up, not very, oh no, he can get kind of up, can get down pretty far, can go side to side, pretty good. From the shoulders, he has ratchets all the way around. They go in and out. They has a bicep swivel. He has a just over 90 at the elbow. He has a full 360 at the wrist, and then his fingers are in twos. Now he doesn't have like a 5mm like port in his hand. He doesn't do the Star Saber, the one hands, and he just doesn't. He can't really hold 5mm weapons. If I have to say one thing about him, it's that there's not really 5mm ports anywhere on this guy. None on the feet, none really on the arms. He's pretty barren of it, which is kind of insane. He does have these little bits which flip out to give him 5mm ports, like on the shoulders, and maybe there's some other hidden ones that I just don't know about. But yeah, for the most part, he just doesn't really do the whole 5mm port thing. There's like none on the wings where you think there'd be a couple. Instead, his hands have the tab slot, which the only weapon I've seen, or like at least had him try to hold and he has trouble doing it, is the living metal destroying cannon, which is pretty unfortunate because this is like the weapon that like we had to kind of, you know, this was the crowdfund weapon, and to see that he has a pretty hard time keeping his grip on it is kind of sad. The other weapons fit perfectly in his hand though, all the ones I've seen. But yeah, he also has a, come on, oh no, don't untab. Okay, this arm doesn't want to do it. This arm will. He has a butterfly joint there, which is pretty cool. And it doesn't go backwards. I thought it could, but yeah, he does have a forward butterfly, although this one is pretty stuck. He has a full 360 waist joint. The wings can go out as well as in and out. So they go up and down, in and out. Legs go, he has hip skirts, which do just move. He has the little itty bitty ones on the side. They go up. Can they go any further? Yep, they go up pretty far. They go back totally unimpeded. In and out. Oh, super tight thigh swivel. Bend at the knee, about 90. And then a ankle tilt, as well as toe up and down and heel. So, just fantastic articulation on this guy. Utterly amazing articulation for such a big bot. He really can get moved. I kind of wish I had Commander Skyfire, so that way I could compare the two and just show off how big they are together, because I'm pretty sure this guy is about the same size as Jetfire, because this dude is just utterly massive. But yeah, that's articulation on Deathsaurus.
All in all, Deathsaurus is a fantastic HasLab. I absolutely adore this figure. I wasn't so excited for this guy until I got him in my hands. Having him in person changes my whole opinion of this dude. He's totally worth the price tag, and he's 100% a worthy addition to your collection. I think if you can find this guy on the secondary market, because that's where you got to get him now, for a decent price, I think you should 100% go for it. He's imposing, he's big, he's scary. He looks absolutely fantastic with Starsaber. He towers over Starsaber and goes head to head with Victory Saber. It's quite impressive, and I really, really like this figure. Like I said, this wasn't one that I was super excited for, but it's one that I'm glad I have in my collection now. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this guy in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.